Hey, my name's Nick. Today, let's talk about New Year's resolutions and why yours is probably going to fail. Lots of people make resolutions, but statistically, most of them don't work out. So, let's look at the 5 main reasons why that is so you can avoid becoming a statistic this year. But before we do, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are making a resolution this year, then let me know in the comments. Writing it down is a really good way to keep yourself accountable. All right, so resolutions and why they fail. Number one, your goal isn't specific. Resolutions like lose weight, work out more, start meditating, these are good starting points. But if your resolution isn't specific, how do you know if you're making progress or if you're just moving the goalposts closer? So maybe you start with practice more yoga and you begin practicing yoga every other day, but then you miss a day and you decide to practice 3 times a week, which is still good. But then you have a thing at work and you start practicing once a week and then every other week. And then, nah. So instead, be specific. I recommend writing down a SMART goal that is one that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. If you want to see more on SMART goals, then check out the other video I made. I'll put it up here. Number 2, your resolution is too ambitious. There are no fast and easy options to change. Anybody who tells you that you can shed the weight and have a 6-pack in 30 days is probably playing you in order to sell supplements, diets, or their workout plan, etc. Changes take time, and super ambitious, unrealistic goals are just a recipe for burnout and disappointment. So instead, think about the smallest change you can make to your life that you can sustain. You're not going to see results as quickly, but you're going to build momentum. And when everyone else has given up on their New Year's resolutions, you'll have met your goal and be working on the next one. Number 3, you don't plan for bad times. It's easy to show up for practice and meditation while on retreat in paradise, but if your resolution depends on everything continuing to go as planned, you're really just crossing your fingers, closing your eyes, and walking out into traffic. Yeah, you might make it, but don't be surprised when times get tough. If, for example, you make the resolution to lose 10 pounds over 12 weeks, but you don't have a plan for what you're going to do when you have a stressful day at work or how you're going to deal with a family meal, that resolution isn't going to survive contact with reality. Think about the reasons your resolutions haven't worked out in the past and try to anticipate how that's going to be different this time. Number 4, you don't examine your mistakes. Yeah, I know it's hard to review yourself at the end of the day and honestly admit that you didn't live up to your expectations, but if you can learn from the experience, it is still valuable. Lots of people write down really good, smart resolutions, but not many people review their actions at the end of the day and honestly try to identify the things that threw them off the rails. When you examine your mistakes, you can anticipate and avoid the triggers that push you off your desired course in the future. And last, number 5, you make a goal, but not a plan. Focusing too much on the outcome doesn't produce the change that you want to see. In fact, it can just lead to extra frustration. Suppose, for example, you tell yourself that this is the year you're finally going to do a handstand. Well, you're not going to manifest a handstand by thinking about it. You need a process. You might not have control over when you master a handstand, but you do have control over how often you practice, when you show up, how long you practice for. That's your process. You have control over that. All right. If you want step-by-step instructions for setting your goal, making a plan, and sticking to it, then check out the free guide, The Habit of Yoga, linked in the comments. I'll break down the whole process in a few simple steps. Till next time.